The Australian outback, vast, ancient and wild, calls to the soul like nowhere else on Earth. It's a place of fiery red earth, endless blue sky, and a history stretching back tens of thousands of years. To journey here is to trade comfort for raw adventure, to surrender to the land's rhythms and discover something elemental within yourself. This is not just a trip, but a pilgrimage into the heart of our planet, a journey where the destination is a new perspective. Every adventure starts with preparation, packing supplies, checking maps, and making sure every detail is accounted for. The anticipation is almost tangible as you gather everything you might need, from the most essential gear to the smallest comforts that remind you of home. There's a sense of excitement in the air, mixed with a little nervousness as you wonder what lies ahead. Each item packed is a promise of possibility, a tool for overcoming whatever challenges the road might bring. Lacing up boots, tightening straps, and sharing a determined glance with your companions, you feel the weight of the unknown. The journey isn't just about the destination, it's about the courage to step into unfamiliar territory, to trust in your preparation, and to embrace the adventure that's waiting just beyond the horizon. Our four-wheel drive was loaded with essentials: fuel to keep us moving, water to quench our thirst, food to sustain us, and a sense of readiness for whatever the outback might throw our way. Every canister, every jug, every carefully packed box was a lifeline. A reminder that out here, self-reliance is everything. We made sure to bring the tools for self-reliance: recovery gear, spare parts, and a well-stocked toolkit. Out here, you can't count on help arriving quickly. You have to be ready to solve problems on your own, to fix what breaks, and to keep moving forward no matter what. As the city faded behind us, the landscape transformed before our eyes. The familiar sights and sounds of urban life gave way to open bushland, the air growing quieter, the sky stretching wider. Lush greens slowly disappeared, replaced by the muted tones of arid scrub and red earth. The further we drove, the more the world seemed to open up, inviting us into its wild embrace. The first night we set up camp beneath a sky ablaze with stars. There was a sense of awe as we looked up, realizing how far we'd come from the city's glow. The Milky Way stretched overhead, a river of light in the darkness, and for the first time in a long while, we felt the thrill of true freedom. Out here, the world felt endless, and our worries seemed small. There were no schedules to keep, no noise but the gentle crackle of a campfire and the distant calls of night creatures. We warmed our hands by the flames, sharing stories and laughter, feeling the bond of shared adventure grow stronger with every passing hour. The vastness of the outback surrounded us, a landscape both beautiful and humbling. The horizon seemed to stretch forever, painted in shades of gold and purple as the sun dipped below the edge of the world. In that moment, we understood just how small we were and how lucky we were to be here. Each day, the map guided us, its lines and symbols leading us deeper into the unknown. But the real journey wasn't just about following a route. It was about discovering new places, meeting new challenges, and learning more about ourselves with every mile. The road was full of surprises, unexpected detours, moments of laughter, and quiet pauses to take in the beauty around us. We learned to appreciate the little things: a cool breeze, a shared meal, the feeling of dust on our skin and sun on our faces. These were the moments that made the journey unforgettable. We were small in this immense land, dwarfed by the endless sky and the ancient earth beneath our feet. But in that smallness, we found a sense of wonder and connection to each other, to the land, and to the adventure itself. Out here, far from the routines and expectations of everyday life, we felt more alive than ever. The journey had only just begun, but already it was changing us, reminding us of the freedom that comes from stepping into the unknown and the joy of discovering the world and ourselves, 1 mile at a time. The outback is a living canvas, a vast and ever-changing masterpiece painted by the forces of nature over millions of years. As you gaze out across the endless horizon, it's impossible not to feel a sense of awe at the sheer scale and diversity of this ancient land. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind or the distant call of a bird, reminding you that life here is both fragile and resilient. Its landscapes shift with every kilometer, transforming before your eyes as you travel deeper into the heart of the continent. One moment, the earth is a patchwork of ochre and gold. The next, it's a sea of muted greens and browns, shaped by the relentless sun and the rare, life-giving rains. We crossed golden spinifex plains that seemed to stretch forever, their spiky grasses shimmering in the heat. Then suddenly the landscape would change, giving way to stony gibber deserts, where the ground is covered in a mosaic of polished stones, each one glinting in the sunlight like a jewel. And then, as if conjured from the flatness, ancient mountain ranges rose abruptly from the earth, their rugged peaks and weathered cliffs standing as silent witnesses to the passage of time. These mountains, carved by wind and water, hold secrets that date back billions of years. The colors of the land, pinks, ochres, and deep reds, shifted with the sun, creating breathtaking spectacles at dawn and dusk. At sunrise, the sky blazes with fiery oranges and purples, while at sunset, the earth glows with a soft, ethereal light, transforming the landscape into a living painting that changes with every passing minute. Hidden gorges and waterholes, tucked away from the harsh sun, offered lush oases where life flourishes against all odds. After hours of traversing arid, sun-baked plains, stumbling upon these pockets of green feels nothing short of miraculous. Here, cool water reflects the sky, and the air is alive with the sound of birds and insects. As night falls, ghost gums glow in the moonlight, their pale trunks shining like beacons in the darkness. The Outback transforms under the stars, becoming a place of quiet magic, where the boundaries between past and present seem to blur. Every tree and rock tells a story billions of years old, shaped by the elements and by the hands of time. The weathered bark, the twisted branches, the ancient stones, all are silent storytellers holding memories of a world that existed long before us. The land is alive with history and the deep spiritual presence of the First Nations people, whose connection to this country stretches back countless generations. Their stories, etched into rock and passed down through song and ceremony, remind us that the Outback is not just a place, but a living, breathing entity with its own spirit and memory. Here, every step is a lesson in resilience and wonder. To walk this land is to be humbled by its vastness, inspired by its beauty, and reminded of our place in the grand tapestry of life. The Outback teaches us to slow down, to listen, and to appreciate the quiet miracles that unfold with every sunrise and every star-filled night. The Outback's silence is profound, but listen closely and you'll hear its symphony. Daytime brings the hum of insects and the wind through desert oaks. Dusk erupts with kookaburra laughter and magpie song. Night falls and the world transforms. Campfire crackles, distant owl calls, and the rustle of unseen creatures. Lying under the stars, you feel both alone and deeply connected to the wild. These sounds are the land's voice, telling stories of survival and adaptation. Learning to listen is to understand the Outback's true complexity. It's a language without words, speaking straight to the heart. Uluru, more than a landmark, it's a living, spiritual giant at the heart of Australia. Rising from the endless expanse of the Outback, Uluru commands attention with its sheer size and presence. For thousands of years it has stood as a silent witness to the passage of time, its ancient surface marked by the elements and the stories of those who have come before. This monolith is not just a geological wonder, but a symbol of resilience and continuity in a land shaped by extremes. Its presence is felt before it's seen, rising from the red earth with impossible grandeur. As you approach, the anticipation builds. The land seems to hold its breath, waiting for you to catch your first glimpse. The rock's massive form appears almost otherworldly, as if it has been placed here by ancient hands. The contrast between Uluru's deep ochre hues and the surrounding desert is striking, making it a beacon that draws travelers from across the globe. At sunset, Uluru transforms orange to crimson to purple, a spectacle that unites all who witness it in awe. The shifting light paints the rock in a palette of colors that seem almost magical, as if the land itself is alive and breathing. People gather in silence, cameras forgotten, simply to watch the dance of light and shadow. In these moments, Uluru becomes a living canvas, reflecting the moods of the sky and the stories of the land. Sunrise reveals its textures and sacred sites, each with deep meaning for the Anangu people. The first rays of light illuminate ancient carvings and weathered grooves, telling stories that have been passed down for generations. Every crevice and curve holds significance, connecting the present to a rich tapestry of tradition and belief. The air is cool and still, filled with a sense of reverence as the day begins. Walking its base, you feel the weight of 60,000 years of human history. Each step is a journey through time, echoing with the footsteps of ancestors who have walked these paths long before. The red earth beneath your feet is soft and warm, grounding you in the present while connecting you to the past. The silence is profound, broken only by the wind and the distant calls of birds, inviting reflection and respect. Uluru is not just beautiful, it's holy, a place of stories and reverence. For the Anangu, it is a living entity, a guardian of wisdom and law. The rock's surface is adorned with ancient art, each symbol a chapter in a much larger story. Visitors are reminded to tread lightly, to honor the sacredness of this place, and to listen to the lessons it offers about respect, stewardship, and the interconnectedness of all life. Learning about the Chukurpa, the traditional laws and stories, deepens the experience. These narratives are not just myths, they are living guides that shape the relationship between people, land, and spirit. The Anangu share their knowledge generously, inviting visitors to see Uluru not just as a destination but as a teacher. Through their stories, the rock's mysteries unfold, revealing lessons about harmony, responsibility, and the enduring power of culture. To stand here is to be humbled by the enduring connection between people and land. Uluru's presence is a reminder of the timeless bond that unites us all with the earth. In its shadow, you feel both small and significant, a part of something ancient and ongoing. The experience lingers long after you leave, inspiring a deeper appreciation for the stories, the people, and the land that make Uluru truly majestic. The Outback tests you. Dust invades everything, and the land's challenges are relentless. A flat tire under the blazing sun, endless corrugated roads, and moments of real uncertainty demanded patience and teamwork. Each obstacle, mechanical or mental, became a lesson in resilience and resourcefulness. Navigating remote tracks, we learned to trust our preparation and each other. The hardships made every cool drink, every campfire feel hard-earned and precious. These trials didn't diminish the beauty, they made it more profound. The Outback strips away comfort, revealing what you're truly capable of. The grit of the journey is what makes its rewards shine. The Outback teems with life. Kangaroos at dawn, wedge-tailed eagles soaring above, and emus striding through the spinifex. Wallabies darted into the scrub, and flocks of galahs erupted in vibrant clouds. Termite mounds rose like sculptures, and reptiles basked in the sun or scurried across our path. Each encounter, from a mighty kangaroo to a tiny beetle, was a reminder of the land's resilience. Seeing wildlife in their element felt like a privilege, a gift from the wilderness. These moments made us participants in the Outback's ongoing story. Music became our companion, turning long drives into cinematic journeys and amplifying every emotion. Certain songs became forever linked to sunsets, mountain ranges, and the rhythm of the road. But the greatest music was the Outback's silence. Campfire crackles wind and the vast star-filled sky. Under the Milky Way, we found a peace impossible to find in the modern world. These sensory moments, music, silence, stars, are the anchors of memory. The Outback is not just seen but felt, a symphony of sight, sound, and emotion. Every journey ends, but the Outback's lessons endure. Resilience, simplicity, and awe. The red dust may wash off, but its mark on the soul is permanent. This adventure rekindled a sense of wonder and a deep respect for nature's balance. I hope this story inspires you to seek your own wild places and moments of connection. Sharing these experiences gives them life beyond memory, and your presence here makes it all the more meaningful. If this journey sparked something in you, I invite you to join me for more adventures. Thank you for traveling through the heart of Australia. Let's see where the road leads next.